Jerry Seach, 1201 Ocean Avenue. Just wanted to mention something about the contracts that are still outstanding. If my memory is correct, I think the police contract is about 3 years expired, and the fire department approximately 2 years. A year ago, I asked the council why it didn't go to arbitration after that length of time. And I asked that a year later. If we haven't concluded on a contract or contracts by this point in time, why haven't we gone to arbitration?
Well, Jerry, as you know, we've had some change in management, and negotiations are ongoing with the new manager in place. And actually, he's met several times, so it's almost like starting over in some ways. But I'll let Ed answer that. The question of arbitration is one that anybody can consider, any public body. It doesn't always result in the best resolution of the contract, and that's something, if it has to go that way, certainly it is an option, but it doesn't always result in the best resolution. And Ed, I don't know if you're going to add something to that.
Thank you, Mayor. I do believe that we started new with the negotiations on these contracts, and I have expressed to council, and I think at this table, as long as there are healthy discussions and that negotiation is moving in a positive direction, then I support continuing that rather than going to arbitration at just a random time. If we get to a point where negotiations are not moving and we are far apart, then I think that is the direction that we would need to go. But at this point, we're not there. I am doing my best to meet with them, with the unions, as often as we can to continue moving, hopefully, towards a resolution. It just takes time. Scheduling and writing up the proposals and then getting them to each side, and then each side reviewing them, and then scheduling a meeting and getting back. It just takes time. But we have met with both the fire department unions and the police department unions specifically, but also the telecommunicators, met a number of times. And the negotiations are still moving, in my opinion, in a positive direction. And I would like to continue that as quickly as I can. I understand, we need to make a decision soon, and I think we are very close. Certainly with the police contract, we were very close. I think with the fire department, we are closing in, and I'm hopeful for all three of those contracts that I'll have something within the next month or two to bring to council.
And Jerry, with the telecommunication, they had a contract worked out with the last city manager, and all 7 of us rejected it. So they're back at the table again. Matter of fact, their contract's up in a couple months, I believe, the telecommunication.
They're expired with the police department, so they're 2.5 years.
Yeah,
out.
so so we directed Ed to continue to reopen the telecommunications, and he came to us with his progress with the police department, and most of us told him to go ahead and continue the financial end of it and everything. So I don't want to get too far into contract negotiations, but we're getting close. So he's been working really hard, and we majority of us support him, including some of the Democrats and everything. So.
And Mayor, if I could, just one more. Arbitration is always an option, and I don't know that it's necessarily the best. There's a cost that is involved in the arbitration process. We're not afraid to go that direction by any means, nor are the unions, to be quite frank. But we both feel, the unions and myself, that the best resolution is to try to work it together, and I think we are doing that, and we are moving, as I said, in a positive direction. It is a possibility that we could end up in arbitration. And again, we're not afraid of it. It's just, it is a cost, and it's not necessarily, at least you can control, when you're negotiating, you have some control in what that outcome is going to be. And that's what we're shooting for. In arbitration, you don't. We know what both sides, the union and the city, knows what recent arbitration rulings have been. And they are not consistent in terms of the same result in every negotiation. So it is, you know, it is something that we're aware of, we're ready to do if we have to, but I think the better solution is to negotiate together and come up with the best contract.